Okay. Hi. Today we'll do a small mock interview about SAP MM. Yeah, we will try to cover all the topics in SAP MM, either implementation, whatever the experience we have, and also the technical things. See, whenever we face an interview, the first of all, when we tell about ourselves, and we will give a brief details about our personal things and respective education and the experience. Okay. When it comes to that experience, we have to highlight our implementation experience and if we have any rollout and support experience. It should be very brief, like I have done one implementation, and in that implementation I worked on different phases in the implementation process, and I worked at client place. Such kind of very few steps we need to give, because when interviewer is asking the questions from the respective process, for example, in business blueprint what we have done, that kind of questions when we get, we need to answer that. We don't have to explain each thing when we are telling about ourselves. Okay. Okay, let's start it into you, like what kind of questions, and I will try to touch each topic maximum things just to evaluate what is the technical level and what level of knowledge you have. Okay. Okay, when it comes to SAP MM, in which areas you worked well and you have a good confidence in which stream of SAP MM? Like if you differentiate into different parts like master data, procurement and inventory management and integrations with different modules, in which area you are comfortable?
Anything, sir. Basically, I'm like a fresher only, so anything will be okay for me.
Okay. Okay, coming to this master data, okay, what is the role of a source list?
Okay, so source list actually, that is one of the business requirements where we can fix a vendor, we can block a vendor, or we can also suggest the vendor during the creation of a purchase, during the configuration of a purchase requisition. When the when the purchasing department raises a PR, we will generally go for selecting the best vendor. So sometimes if you do not have good terms with a particular vendor, sometimes we feel like blocking that particular vendor. You can do that as well in the source list, or you want to fix a vendor because you are getting good, you have good terms, or say you are getting that particular material for a good price, or you are getting that particular material at a good quality. Then what you do is you fix that vendor for a particular period of time depending on the business requirement. You can fix the vendor, you can block a vendor, or you can sometimes see one or two or three vendors will be supplying the same material. So you feel like having that particular material from three of these vendors in order to maintain good terms with them. So you can see that these three vendors are getting suggested during the creation of a PR. So that time we will use this particular thing called a source list.
Okay. Okay, so in Material Master, what are the any? Can you tell any one or two important fields in purchasing view?
Yes, sir. In purchasing view, uh, in the material master, um,
Okay, we have a important fields. For example, batch management we can activate at purchasing view,
yes, sir.
and also
Yes,
we
sir.
have a automatic PO. If you want to use
Yes,
automatic
sir.
PO, that can be activated in
Yes.
purchasing view.
Yes, yes, sir.
And
Yes, yes.
yeah, along with base unit of measure, if you want to maintain a different order unit, for example, for your material, base unit is piece, okay, but
Yeah.
always you
Yeah.
order the materials in bag, okay, each bag contains
Yeah.
20 pieces. At that time,
Yeah.
you can maintain a different order unit called bag. That bag can be given
Hmm.
in the purchasing
Okay.
view.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
these
Yes,
are
sir.
different
Purchasing.
important, yeah,
Hmm.
important fields in that. Okay. Okay, in case of,
Yes.
see, for example, vendor master, your business is asking you to create a domestic material vendors, domestic services vendors, and
Fast.
import vendor, like some four kinds of vendors
Yes.
were requested by your business. Okay, how do you
Okay. Sir.
do? What kind of
Okay. Okay.
setup
Sir.
you have to do that? You have to do
Okay.
to
Sir.
fulfill that
Basically,
requirement. Yeah.
yes, sir. We have to do certain configurations, sir. Like we will configure a different account groups. For
Mhm.
domestic vendor, we will have a separate account group. For import vendor you will have a separate account group, and for service vendor we will maintain a separate account group. And after configuration of the account group for these particular vendors, you will also define the number range for these number range, and you will assign the number range index to that particular account group.
Okay. See, generally, when we say that when we have a different kinds of vendors, the requirement might be the different number ranges to identify. Different
Yes, sir.
vendors will have a certain fields as a mandatory and certain fields as optional for domestic, but those are mandatory for import. These kind of
Yes,
requirements we can fulfill when we have a different account groups. When we have a different account groups, we can have a different number ranges, and we can have a different
yes,
screen
sir.
layouts. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the use of a contract?
Contract. Uh, Contract actually, in the name itself you can understand, sir. It is like you will have a particular a long time contract with a vendor. You can procure that material, or any kind of material. Contract, I have no exact idea regarding
Okay. See,
contract, sir.
the contract is an optional, and also there are the different benefits. For example, when you decided to buy a material from a specific vendor, okay, if you
Hmm.
don't have a proper contract with that vendor, then
Hmm.
each time whenever you buy the materials, the price may vary. For example, the price is slightly
Okay.
increased and all. And
Hmm.
also we are buying this time 100 pieces, next time 200, next time 300, like that. Always you are like a small customer to that
Okay.
vendor. But when we have a
Hmm.
proper contract with that vendor, we can have for this 1 year I'm going to buy 20,000 pieces. Okay, when we
Yes.
have a that much big contract, you will get a better discount from the vendor, and
Yes.
also vendor may give you that shipping charges as a free, because as you are
Yes.
buying this much content, he will provide you that materials directly to your company's
Okay.
premises. Okay,
Okay, sir.
those kind of, and also there is a one relation kind of thing will be formed, and
Yes.
as he is your existing vendor for last few years and all, then
Yes.
we can expect the better quality. And also whenever you
Yes.
have some urgent requirements, not like
Hmm.
other vendor and all, he may give you the
Hmm.
top priority to you, and he will try to provide that respective materials on time to fulfill your
Yes.
customers requirements. Okay,
Yes.
there will
Okay.
be certain kind of positives, okay, that can be done with the contract. Okay, and
Yes.
also whatever the price you have fixed for a period of 6 months or 1 year of time, if there are, due to
Yes.
market, there are some prices are increased, okay, at that point
Hmm.
of time also your vendor may provide you for the same price until there is a huge difference. If there is a huge
Yes.
difference, he will request you to amend the price, because earlier when
Okay.
you are taking the contract it is a 20 rupees, later it has increased to 30 because of the new government rules or whatever it is. Then
Yes.
he may
Yes.
request us, because there is a lot of margin is there, he has to lose. Okay, then
Yes.
he may
Yes.
request for 25 or 26, whatever. That kind of negotiations can happen.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, you are creating a purchase order. Okay, when you are creating the purchase order, the pricing procedure
Okay.
has come automatically.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how do
Hmm.
you, what is the exact reason how you are getting the pricing procedure automatically to your PO conditions tab? What setup
Yes,
makes
sir.
to happen that?
Yes, sir. Basically, we will know after configuring the pricing procedure, we will also link this pricing procedure to the purchase order. In that particular path, you have in schema determination, you can link the purchase order to the pricing procedure that you have configured, and that is how you will see that the pricing procedure is getting reflected into the PO. Basically, during the configuration of the pricing procedure, you will define different condition types. You will define, basically you will define a pricing procedure, and you will define different condition types, and as per the requirement of the client, which condition type has to come, for example, for a material, for one material, one vendor combination, this pricing procedure has to come. For example, if that is the client's requirement, basing on that, as you link the purchase order to the pricing procedure, we can see that the pricing procedure is automatically getting reflected into the particular PO.
Okay, see, okay, you are just this is slightly confused, and that answer has become a bit lengthy. For this question, you have to give a straight answer. We create schema group vendor and schema group purchasing
Right.
organization. Okay,
Of course, of
schema group purchasing organization will be assigned to respective purchasing organization in configuration. First point.
yes,
Schema group
yes,
vendor will be assigned to the vendor master in purchasing view in the master data, two assignments. Okay,
yes, sir.
and we create a pricing procedure. That pricing procedure are assigned to the respective schema group vendor and schema group purchasing organization combination. That is
Yes,
defined
sir. In this
schema
combination
determination.
only.
Yeah, defined
Yes, sir.
schema determination in SPRO,
Yes,
material management, purchasing conditions. Under that we will
yes,
have a defined schema determination. Because of
yes, sir.
these assignments, when you create a purchase order for the combination of respective vendor and the purchasing organization, system will
Yes,
pop up or populate the respective pricing procedure into the PO. That
yes,
is the
yes,
answer.
yes, yes, yes. This I have an idea, sir, but with
Okay.
this particular combination only, the pricing procedure gets reflected. This I have an idea, sir.
Okay. See, you are creating a purchase order and for a vendor for 100 pieces of materials. Okay. There you are
Okay,
giving a freight charges of 500 rupees. Okay.
okay,
But the 500 rupees freight charges are you are not paying to the vendor from whom you are buying. Okay. There is another transport vendor who will provide you
okay.
that materials. The transport vendor work is he has to go to that
Mm,
vendor as per the agreed delivery date, and he will pick the
mm,
materials and he will take to your company. But he will charge
mm.
500 rupees for delivering the goods from the vendor place to your place. And
Okay.
in your pricing procedure, you have given freight charges as 500 rupees. But
Mm.
how do you handle this? Like, how do you give that respect to 500 rupees to this vendor, and what kind of thing you have to do in the purchase order?
This is actually, if there is another vendor, the vendor who is supplying the material is different, and the vendor who is collecting the charges or whatever is another vendor. If that is the case, I think we will go for configuration of partner functionalities. But I do not know how to link this pricing procedure to partner functionalities, sir.
Okay, okay. See
Like
here,
how the
here there is no partner function and all. So generally we use a partner function for different ordering address or invoice parties, different good suppliers are
that is
different
right.
and all. Okay, but here
Okay.
my question is straight forward. Like I am paying 500 rupees to one transport vendor. Okay, remaining
Okay.
2000 or 5000 rupees to my material vendor who is giving the materials. Okay,
Yeah.
freight we create as a delivery cost. Okay, that in freight we will have
Oh,
an option of for delivery cost. Because of that,
okay.
what will happen? We will get an option to change the vendor in the pricing procedure in the purchase order conditions tab. Okay,
Okay.
that option will be available only for delivery cost related things. Okay, delivery cost it will be
Okay.
available. Let me show you that any one freight condition type, then you can understand. Okay, if you see this freight percentage,
Mm-hmm.
condition category will be given as delivery cost. Okay, when you give this
Okay.
delivery cost, what will happen when you create a purchase order? Okay,
Okay.
we will get an option. Let me show you that. Uh, Let me take a purchase order.
Condition category. Okay.
Let me take any old purchase order if I have. Okay, let me go to the conditions tab.
Okay.
Okay, I think this is not the one which we have. We'll take a proper one. Okay, we'll just create one purchase order.
Okay.
Okay. See here, for example, 10 kg quantity and each kg cost is 50 USD and you have to pay to this vendor. Okay, that we know. But here, for example, if you have some freight charges, okay, freight charges, the amount is, for example, 10% means 50 USD. Else you can give to 20% 100 USD. This 100 USD you have to pay to another vendor. Okay. For delivery
Okay.
cost
Okay.
vendor, you will have an option. You just select here and
Yes.
go to
Okay.
display. Here you will get
This we
a,
will do.
yeah. Here you will get the vendor editable. Okay.
Mm.
Then you can change the vendor.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Here you can change the vendor. Then you have to do a separate invoice. Okay. Two invoices you have to
Okay.
do. One the total material cost for one vendor.
Okay.
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 Only
Okay.
this the 100 USD we will do a separate invoice. See if you same thing if you
Okay.
select for any other condition type you won't have that option. Okay.
Okay.
It will be available
Only
for
for
delivery.
freight we have that.
Yeah, delivery cost
Delivery cost.
for which you
Yeah,
have
for the delivery.
given as a condition category as a delivery cost.
Right.
It will be activated.
Right. Right. Got it, sir.
Okay, this is the way how you want to pay the different thing. When you do the invoice verification, you have to do the invoice. One is for goods supplier and another one is for planned delivery cost. See, for example, when
Okay.
you go
Okay.
to Miro and you need to do that goods supplier and planned delivery cost. Okay, goods supplier will
Okay.
be done to the main vendor and what you call see goods or service items and planned delivery cost. You have to do
Mm.
different two invoices.
Okay. 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 Okay.
This is the
Got it,
way
sir.
how to handle. Okay.
Right.
Can you see that conditions tab for a consignment PO?
Condition tab for consignment PO. No, sir.
Why?
When you create,
Okay. See, consignment procurement is a consignment
PO.
procurement is a different procurement where we buy the materials, but we don't pay the amount. It will be in our company's premises. Whenever
Yeah.
we use the quantity, then only we do the payment. Okay.
Mm.
That's why when you do that goods issue or transfer posting from consignment to own stock, then the price will pick from the consignment info record and there will be accounting entries will come. But
That's
during
good,
goods
sir.
receipt, yeah, during goods receipt, there won't be any accounting entries and also there won't be condition tab in the,
I did not understand your question, sir. During GR, we do not have that condition. That is what I said.
no, no,
We
no.
do not have because account postings
Yeah,
will
yeah,
not
that's
happen
fine.
at that particular stage.
In purchase
Account
order,
postings will happen.
That fine. That's almost you have given correct answer only. You have to
Yes.
tell like just condition tab won't be visible in
Yes.
the consignment
Okay.
PO because
Yes, sir.
the consignment info record will play the role during the
Yes. Yes.
transfer of consignment stock or issuing of the consignment stock. Receipt
Yes.
doesn't have make any difference for
Yes.
us. Just
Yes.
it gives a stock
Yes.
which is not
Yeah.
at all related to us actually. That's why.
Yes. It is still in the vendor's ownership only. The stock
Yeah.
is in the vendor's ownership, so we will not have any account postings
Mm-hmm.
as and when we are doing GR. But once we transfer the stock from the vendor's ownership to the company's own stock, valuated stock, then we will have the account postings done. Then only we will find the conditions tab coming.
No, no, there won't be any condition tab.
There in that stage also.
Okay, there see condition tab won't be there in a consignment PO. That's it. That's the
Okay.
statement. Okay, and
Okay.
when you do the transfer of consignment stock to own stock or issuing of consignment stock with 201K, at that point of time
Mm-hmm.
you will get the accounting entries and you do the settlement with MRKO and then you do the payment to the vendor.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Yes, sir. That's
There won't be any point of
okay.
condition tab again.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Do we have to create a purchase order for a pipeline procurement?
No, sir. We do not have PR. We do not have PO. We do not even have GR for pipeline procurement. We will directly have goods issue.
Yeah, we directly issue according to how much quantity we have consumed, and then we do the
Yes,
settlement
yes,
and payment.
that's what.
Okay. What is the difference between intra-company STO with delivery and without delivery?
Okay, sir. Um, Intra-company with delivery and without delivery, sir.
Hmm.
The difference is the document type.
Okay. See, this
Mm,
generally
should I
intra.
explain? Should I explain what is intra-company stock transport order and what is intercompany stock transport order? Is that the
Actually,
question?
no. My question is generally we ask that intra to enter. That is a regular question. Okay. I have
Okay.
asked the question intra company. That is both are intra company only, means within company code,
Okay.
with
Okay.
delivery and without delivery. Okay. With delivery means we have to handle that respective process with integration with SD module, where we need to do the setup of shipping data for plants and
Yes, yes. We will, we will,
okay,
we
yeah,
will create a
yeah,
sales area, and then we will.
yeah,
Uh,
shipping determination, shipping point determination, all
yeah.
this setup we need to perform. And when you create the
Yes.
purchase order, system gives a shipping tab, and we have to
Yes.
create outbound delivery against a purchase order. From
Yes.
there, we
Yes.
have to do the issue and all. But when it comes to without
Yes.
delivery, it is a pure MM. We don't have to
Hmm.
integrate with any other SD module kind of thing. And we
Yes.
just create a PO and we issue with 351 and we receive with 101. Okay, another
Yes.
difference is when it comes to with delivery, we can do two times. One is single step and another one is two step.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but in
Yes.
case of without delivery, you cannot do in a single step. You should do only
Yes.
two step, 351, 101.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
in case of with delivery, we can do either single step or two step.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
In what is the difference between unit testing and system integration testing?
Unit testing is it is testing. I mean, the functional consultants, the individual functional consultants will do the testing after the configuration or the customization has been done. That is unit testing. Whereas integration testing is it is testing among the modules. I am an MM consultant and somebody else is an FI consultant. Uh, After the configuration is done, or after the configuration or customization, whatever it is done in the development server, we will go for testing that particular configuration on an integration. I will test my thing, and the FI consultant, we both will do the testing together. Seeing that, for example, automatic account determination is there. MM consultant will have a role, and even the FI consultant will have a role. So, is the configuration is working properly or not? That we will test in what is that integration testing, sir.
Which will happen first, unit testing or integration testing?
Unit testing will happen first, then the integration testing will go on, sir.
Okay, in which landscape you do unit testing and which landscape you do integration testing?
Landscape. Um, in unit testing, we will do in this one only, sir, development only, and integration testing we will do it in quality assurance, sir.